Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good.
Back at it.
Back at it.
Episode 27.
Episode 27. Welcome along.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Happy Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday.
Whatever day it may be. Hope it's a happy one.
Hope it's a good one. Hope you guys are have enjoyed the last couple of episodes. Hopefully we didn't arouse you too much with our
scantily clad
thumbnail.
Yeah, we'll have to get the lawyers on it.
Yeah, stirring up a little bit of controversy.
Yep.
And that sip of that beer sounded like it was hit the exact right spot.
It sure did.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of days, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Not for me, but for the country.
For the country.
How has your week been? I haven't seen you at all. We have not had any correspondence in a week.
Yeah, a whole week.
You've been
very unusual
hiding
for us.
under a rock.
I have been hiding under a rock.
We normally text a bit.
Yeah, we're normally pretty talky throughout the time. I'm sure your wife would be enjoying the solitude of not having a Ben harassing the fuck out of you all the time.
Well, we haven't been on any coffee dates or anything. That's usually when you ring.
That's exactly what I ring.
It's like walking into the coffee club and you'll ring.
Yeah. I have a sixth sense for when you're enjoying family time.
Yeah.
No, we've been flat out. We've just been making stuff and doing things. Mm-hmm. We had a friend from Holland over, which we talked about last episode. He's gone home, so he was
back to the cold.
-9, freezing.
That is fresh.
He was very happy to see his dog. Sad to leave the beautiful land of Australia. Yep. He came over all chest puffed out of how perfect the Netherlands was and how beautiful and how well the government was run and all this stuff. And by the time he left, he'd nearly have to drag him back onto that plane. I reckon he was fucking.
If you want to immigrate, now's the fucking time.
Now's the fucking time. They're fucking. The doors are wide open.
Quick stopover in India and you'd be here like a flash.
Well, like on a weirdly not shit note. Did you see that there's going to be reciprocal visas for some of the EU countries? So I think Spain, Germany, the Netherlands. There's a couple of others that I can't remember, but you won't need a visa or anything.
No.
You can just come and live and work and start businesses and do whatever the fuck you want.
Which you'd wonder why they're doing that.
Well, you don't wonder why they haven't done that before.
Well, yeah, that's right. They've had that with New Zealand, obviously.
Yeah. But we're all tied up in the same agreements. We're all tied up in the same horseshit. They're all pushing the same bullshit, fucking weak shit propaganda.
Well, we're all still in the fucking UN.
Yep, all still in WEF. Yep. Still under all the same
shit.
All the same shit. So like really, it doesn't really matter. Like I don't. There's only benefits to it, right? Like.
There's a lot more benefits to that than what we've got.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Like, I don't understand why America wouldn't just be like, Australians can come over here. Like why France and Spain aren't just like, you guys can come work here if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
Like it's no different. Like, it's all Western. I don't understand why we're not supporting more Western countries uniting and instead of not Western countries.
Yeah. And I think that's part of the reason why employers are struggling to get skilled labourers to come because, I know a heap of employers that have got a lot of people from China and India and that sort of thing, but they're paying all of the relocation and the visas and all the rest. And then there's the language barrier and the culture barrier and blah, blah, blah.
And they've got to send them back every year?
Yeah.
Every year, every couple of years, whatever it is.
Whereas I've got another customer he's got a couple of Sparkies have come on from the UK.
Yeah.
Because they were just like, we've got to get out of this. We've got to get out of this toilet before it flushes.
Yeah.
And they've had to go through the whole visa, like that whole same program, but they're like English speaking. They know how our shit works.
Yeah, they're like the same country.
They're just us, but
their monarch runs our country. Like, it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, and so they've had to it's been a big process. We're friends with a.
You would think the UK would have a reciprocal visa program for Australia. That's what they tried when they took Australia over. That's what they wanted, was all the people from the UK to come to Australia. Originally, they had to send everybody forcibly by boats at the end.
Yeah, you had to shackle them.
You had to shackle them to get them here. But if people want to move here from the UK,
we'll take it. And at the moment,
what the fuck's the problem with that? I don't understand. Yeah. It's the same. We have the same government. No, let's bring in the fucking Islamists. That's a perfect idea.
Yeah, it's worked out pretty well.
It's worked out brilliantly. Like, so it just amazes me that more countries don't do.
Because it's not even really like an open border policy. It's just makes it easier for people to
so they're not citizens or residents,
contribute to a similar society and fucking be free to go home if they want to go home.
Yeah, or not if they're doing well and they
buy a house and
that's right, kick back. Yeah, it makes the whole passport thing sort of like, especially to countries where we have like really strong trade relations, I've never really understood it. Because it's like if you're coming over, like if you're coming over for a holiday, cool. Like come over and
have a holiday, yeah.
Like why do we need to like file for a visa and then wait for approval? Yeah, you have to wait for you have to pay for all that stuff. But like, is that literally the whole reason? Was just to generate? Like,
I don't know.
Like it's such a bizarre these borders are such a bizarre concept to me in the greater scheme of things. And like I understand you need to like sort of know who's coming and going, and that's fine. But I don't understand why you have to file for like a visa and wait for approval.
Yeah,
like you should just be able to go.
But I know even like way back when like Danielle was living in Brisbane when she was going to uni, and she had a girl living with her from the US, and like we'd go out on the town and she'd have to have her passport with her.
Really?
Well, that was just a thing.
That was
like
the rule.
It was like I've got to have this on me.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck me, what do you do if you're on the piss and you lose that?
Yeah, you're in trouble.
You're in big trouble. So it's just seems like a lot of unneeded stress.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like a really janky system for something that doesn't really need to be that janky.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to need a passport to go to Mars.
Oh, for sure. Definitely. Because it's going to be owned by a private corporation. At this rate, it's going to be owned by... Mars will be the first planet.
It'll be owned by Elon Musk.
It'll be owned by a private corporation. Which would be like a whole nother level of like crazy. Like if you could like bounce between planets that were owned by different people, that would be like a whole nother level of like difference in ideological things, because they really could just go completely hard.
Yeah,
because if
just shut the spaceport.
If it's just a corporation, then there's no just shut the spaceport. If it's just a corporation, there'd be no like rights, because you really get rights.
It's not like in international waters, is it?
No, unless space is like international space. Well, it's called the International Space Station.
Yeah,
but it's owned by...
Well, it's owned by everyone.
Is it?
Well, there's Russians and Yankees.
All the government's put in for that to be up there. Interesting.
I don't know if
because they tried to mine the moon.
Yeah,
they always talk about mining the moon, which I think is a absolutely atrocious concept.
It's a pretty silly idea.
Imagine if they did something and cracked the moon in half and we didn't get tides anymore.
Well, have you seen Armageddon?
Yeah,
like
it's very bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. So just don't mess with it. It's reasonably important.
And then I did see another fellow. They're talking about mining asteroids, which that makes a bit more sense.
Yeah, mine asteroids.
They're working on a system where they can tether an asteroid, pull it to the moon, mine it, and then send all the shit back.
But it still seems pretty sketchy, changing the mass of the moon.
Yeah.
Like, I imagine, I guess it depends what conspiracy theory you subscribe to, whether you think the moon's hollow or not.
Yeah.
Because, then it's not very heavy, because they reckon the moon's too big. If it was dense, it's too big to be where it is in our orbit. So they reckon...
Yeah, it should be closer.
Close, further away? One of them, whatever it is. We're not scientists.
And it should probably also be going faster.
Yeah.
Like around
us. It's pretty fucking slow. So they think it's either held together like a heap of loose rocks and there's tons of space between all of them, or it's empty on the inside.
Well, they've been there, haven't they? They should know.
Apparently. But they lost the science the day after. Someone accidentally put the folder with the math in it in the shredder literally the day after.
It's a real shame.
It's a real shame. It's a real coincidence.
Yeah.
Because there's reports from the astronauts that didn't go to the moon, but that did the studies. Maybe they were the ones that... No, they didn't. They weren't the ones that went to the moon. That they hit it with something to do the sonic frequency of the moon.
Yeah.
And they reckon it rung like a bell.
Yeah.
Which is fucking psychotic.
Yeah, what did they hit it with?
They drove a satellite or something into it.
Yep.
And it's like part of it's part of normal seismic data testing, but they reckon it just like rung like a proper bell, like went boom for ages, for like hours after they hit it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and like reverberation bong, not just
not just a constant.
Yeah, like an actual bell.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, they also reckon that when there's video footage of the guy who didn't get to step on the moon. Like, imagine there's 3 people. Like, so they're not.
Yeah.
So there was 3 people that apparently
that were in the studio.
That were in the studio that day, and being the one cunt that wasn't allowed to walk on the moon. Like, you had to sit in the spacecraft and go around the moon.
Yeah, to keep the engine running.
Keep the engine running while they were running around, jumping around, having a gay old time on the fucking moon. And you're the one guy in space by yourself. So he went. There was a period in time in that mission where his spacecraft went behind the moon, and you can't. Back then, apparently, they couldn't get radio.
On the dark
communication
side
on the dark side of the moon.
Yeah.
But he reckons he heard like that. Like the space
synthesizer music.
Synthesizer, and there's like apparently recordings of it that have been released of the synthesizer music from behind the dark side. So the radio station was full of noise when he went to the dark side of the moon, but it was meant to be dead silent for like an hour or whatever it was while he's behind there. But there he reckons he heard space music. Yeah, and apparently there's lights on the moon.
Could be. Can't see that far.
Well, apparently you can see them from Earth.
Yeah.
Occasionally you can see lights just zip across
I've seen that.
The front of the moon.
Yeah, but AI's got me all fucked up. I don't know what.
It's so fucking hard to know what's real
it's getting
stuff.
Real tricky.
It's and fast. Like I think when we first started this podcast, we were like, "It's coming, that we won't be able to tell the difference." And now it's like genuinely.
Thank God for
difficult.
community notes. I was watching something today. It was like a full article about how they've gone in under the Sphinx. And they've gone in, they started pumping water out of this chamber, and there's all these sarcophagus and there's Egyptian statues, and it looked fucking legitimate.
Yeah, okay.
Like the ripples in the water that the diver was in. Like there's a guy up to like his chest, and the ripples, and then as it rippled, the light would like bounce off each ripple onto the water. And I was like, fuck them. And I'm like looking through, and then community notes like, yeah, this is AI generated. And
how do they tell? I wonder if
there's got to be like an anti-AI.
There has
like
to
it's
be.
like with I was saying I've talked about it on here before with the schools. Like Spencer's allowed to use. I think it's Copilot AI for like research and that, but then all of their assessment gets fed into another AI that detects if they've used
the AI. Like,
it's
like directly copy notes. Yeah, okay.
It's fucking.
So some people must have an ability to break it apart and see
I'm
whether
sure
it's.
Somebody does.
There
must be some stuff in the back end where you can tell, but
not us. Not us, mere mortals.
Nope.
No, we're buggered. We're absolutely completely fucked.
Yeah.
We're living in a simulation in a simulation now. They're incepting us with simulation. We're not going to know which way's up soon.
Which simulation's the one we're in, yeah.
As my brother was over and he was showing me some Instagram pages of some ladies that he follows. And he's like, yeah, check this one out, check this one out. And like he followed him because it's like the guy like
it's like AI generated.
Yes, but he's like open about it.
He's been
like doing the whole like journey of AI of like how well it's gotten like with his models, and you cannot like the only thing you tell was her sunburn on some of her cheeks looked like a little bit funny.
Yeah.
But
I saw a guy that
you'd have to fucking spend some time staring at it.
I saw like an Indian fella and he had a camera on him and then the image on the screen, and he was just flicking between all the cast of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And like moving, and his eyes were moving, and it was like identical. And then you go from like the one guy to the girl, and then from her to the black guy, and then from him to the redhead, and it just was like every time he'd click through, it just instantly changed, and whatever he did, it did like instantly.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's going to get so hard.
Blokes are going to be making so much money on OnlyFans.
Yeah,
like it's equalised the OnlyFans market.
It's made it competitive.
It's made it competitive.
How does it do the tactical side of it though? I
don't know,
because it can't invert it, right?
Well, that's true.
You're not stroking inwards.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know how it all works.
How do you pretend to do that bit?
I've never even seen that bit.
Well, you're married. You're allowed to see that bit. I've never seen that bit. I'm not married yet.
I've only seen it twice.
I've only seen it twice.
It's a worry.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy, man. It's
But like I was saying to you, like that, like I've been using that Perplexity.
Yeah.
On my phone, and just for the ability to just hit it and ask a question, and it will talk back in real time is so... Like, we're doing a treasure hunt thing on the weekend. There's a thing on in Toowoomba at the moment.
Yeah.
There's all these little tokens hidden all around town with prize money and vouchers and stuff.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
And we were going around. I was off it, but I was doing nothing Sunday. And I was
You
like,
were off it.
It was on last year and it got out of control. And I was like, I'm not getting involved at all this year.
Yep.
And I was bored and the dog needed to walk, so I was like, we'll go for the morning. But Danny's like reading me the clues, and I'm just reciting them into that. And then it's going, oh yeah, well, based on where you are and all the rest of it, it could be Picnic Point, or it could be this memorial on Lindsay Street. And it's like locking in on all this stuff around our local area. But I could just like talk to it while we were driving. I wasn't having to like type it in. Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. So that sort of thing I'm all for.
There's some like amazing stuff. Like we've been doing like some interesting business moves that are like a bit counterintuitive. And I've sort of just been using it, like, and people we know, obviously, but using it as like a bit of a sounding board on how you would actually structure it.
Yep. Getting
it to do like different versions of that, like going like, imagine it like this and imagine it like this and imagine it and see what the feed. And it's like, man, this is so like, it's an amazing tool. Oh, it's so cool. You wouldn't want to rely on it entirely because it's had some bum steers in it, but
but it's a good starting point.
It's a good starting point to like start getting your brain, your little noodle boiling in some water to figure out what you actually want to do.
Yeah, no, Danielle's done the same with... She's just started a new TikTok thing with... Like, she reads a lot of books and she started reviewing books and that.
Oh, yeah.
And she just put in, like, her interests, her skill set. Like, she's obviously big in fashion. And it was like, well, you could try this and then you could hinge that into this and leverage it into this. And if that doesn't work, you could try this. And if you take this approach, this is how you would market it. And it just went through... It just laid out, like, 15 different starting points.
Yeah.
And then you can sort of go, well, I don't like that one.
Yeah.
I don't like that one. Let's refine this one.
Yeah.
And just use it to bounce ideas off. And once you get a good idea of where you're heading, you can sit down and nut it out organically yourself.
Yeah, that's right. Or just let the time take its thing and you just do it yourself. But it does stop a lot of analysis paralysis. Like it's really good at just cutting through some of that shit. Like if you've got a concept already, there are some super good things. I don't think they're going to start putting servers in outer space.
Not anytime soon.
But, like, I think if you use AI for that stuff, it's definitely super
got its
beneficial.
Place.
I don't think it's going to take over.
Well, I mean, you look at everyone sort of saying how quick it develops. I still remember using Ask Jeeves before Google came around.
Ask Jeeves.
Remember Ask Jeeves?
The classic little butler.
Yeah.
He was the best.
And that was like the search engine.
What happened to Ask Jeeves?
Well, Google happened.
Did Google buy them?
I don't know.
Or did Google take them over?
Google fucking showed up.
Yeah, Google definitely showed up.
So,
out of old mate's fucking garage.
And when Ask Jeeves showed up, everyone was like, fuck me, you can ask this bloke. Well, it was the fucking Microsoft paperclip before that.
Yeah.
He knew a fair bit.
He did know a fair bit. He was a pretty handy friend to have.
Handy little paperclip.
Handy little paperclip. I still remember when I first saw that like animation, I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Yeah. You know, it's probably why we're so interested in this stuff. And I'm sure we're repeating ourselves every week, but like we've come through that whole thing from floppy disks and like right through
USB drives all the way down.
Yeah. Yep. No, it's
CDs.
It's fucking cool.
Yeah. No, it's very cool.
Good distraction.
It is a good distraction. I was like reading into architecture the other day. It's been like super interesting, and like I was wondering why like architecture, because like I was having a debate with my old man and I was wondering why architecture's gotten so fucking dull.
It's just bland, isn't it?
It's so bland. Like you look at the shit they did in like the Renaissance and like in Italy.
What's that massive chapel in Germany that's always on the Instagram reels? It's like fucking dauntingly tall and black, and
the big Gothic one. Yeah, I don't know.
Like that thing chills me up every time.
Yeah, it's like, fucking cool. And they built that like early. It's like 1600s or something. Like it's super old. And then there's like heaps that there's one in France that's got the architect and the sculptor put like a heap of like nudie pics and like
dick pics
and stuff like in all the carvings, like just hidden around everywhere.
That's good.
It's fucking awesome. But like they're all spectacular, and you walk into them and they're like create this sense of awe and like especially like chapels, like you said, like you look at these chapels and like when you walk into them, you're like, you can see why they did it for like religion, because you go, Jesus Christ, like there is something greater than us.
Yeah.
Like this is past manly. Like this is just insane.
When Mum and Dad were in Greece, they were, I think it was the Parthenon. It was one of the big fucking Greek shows.
Yeah.
And they were there like the 1 week of the year where the sun lines up perfectly with the top of the door.
Oh,
and lights the main area like perfectly. And Mum was like, it's just
something
you
different.
just look and go, how does that even happen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's got to be planned pre-built. It's not like you can get halfway through a building and go, shit, if we just move that window over a little bit, we'll catch that sweet. Like, that had to be, like, mapped out.
That's the whole purpose of that building, right? Like they had that idea and then they built a building around that idea.
Whereas now, like you said, like you go to any new development and it's like House A is white with square windows. House B is white with round windows. Then House C is House A just flipped the other way, so the door's on the left instead of the right.
Yep.
And they painted it grey. And like it's just, you can go through that new estate at Warima and there'd be fucking 6 houses total.
Yeah.
In a 58 house subdivision.
Yeah.
And it's just like, we'll just, the pitch of the roof is on the right hand side of it. Now it's on the left. Like it's like, fuck. And I see why they do it. It's quick and it's efficient, but fuck, man.
Yeah, shit. Like, Jesus. But like even churches, like, not that I'm a churchgoer, they're all like these shit white brick buildings.
Yeah, it look like a fucking fallout shelter.
Yeah, that's right. You're just like, what happened? And I started doing some research into it.
Fear of the unknown.
Well, no, they did it to stop people from thinking too much.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
So they purposefully design cities now and purposely design infrastructure to stop creative thought. So like the theory behind it is like those ones, like when you walked into those cathedrals, you walked into those amazing buildings, you like thought about like what there's more than
what does this mean?
Like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
Like why are we here? Like this stuff is crazy. Now you walk into a building, it's LCD screens and concrete floor and you're not thinking about any of that shit, are you? Like, fuck, this concrete floor's rubbish. Jeez, my life's absolute dog shit.
Can't wait to get out of here.
Go buy your Maccas and fuck off.
Can't wait to jump off the roof of this building.
Can't wait to try. That's right. Can't wait to see how bouncy the concrete is from this one. But yeah, no. So
you're right.
Apparently, it was a KGB psyop. They started introducing it as like Western modern architecture, and that's where it stems from, is to stop people from thinking too much. Wow. It's a whole thing. Look into it, people. It's super fucking interesting.
Yeah.
So bring back sick architecture.
Yep, bring it back.
Because we've got the money. We've got the technology.
We don't have the money.
Well, there are people.
People have got the money.
Yeah. So like the governments didn't build those buildings.
And the churches have got more money than the fucking government anyway.
But like, what's that super famous French building?
The Eiffel Tower.
No.
Which one?
The one the Prince lived in.
Which Prince?
The French one before the Revolution. Anyway, I can't remember.
There's a few French buildings.
Yeah. It's like the big. Like French palace. And the royal family built that one. So not the government, but like the royal family.
The Taj Mahal, one bloke built that for his missus.
Yeah, built that for his missus. So like all those really amazing buildings weren't really built by the government anyway, but we've got people with equivalent wealth now that could build like some spectacular buildings. But like, have you seen the Apple headquarters? It's just like a big glass donut.
Yes,
It's like this rubbish.
It's a hamster cage for all the hamsters.
For all the hamsters.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, what are you doing? Google's the same. Like, they just have these rubbish buildings.
Yeah.
And you're like, you guys are the people with, like, infinite money. You guys should be building the next stage of, like...
But I get... I don't know. How many people nowadays walk around a place and look at buildings and go, fuck, that's cool. Like, that's a nice...
Isn't that what fucking everyone does on holidays?
Well,
no?
I
don't know.
But like
I walk around everywhere and like look up and like have a look. But you or I'll
go to an old woolshed and be like, fuck.
Yeah. I tried to introduce the Dutch friend to the woolshed and he was like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And it's like,
that's what I mean. Like,
man, like this is so cool. Like,
so
this has been around
for
forever.
Google and Apple, they're probably better off just investing a shit ton of cash into growing what they're doing because no one gives a fuck about their buildings anyway. Like, I don't know.
But is that a sign
one upset Russian will fucking level the whole lot anyway.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. But is that a sign of like where society's at? Like we just don't give a fuck like where we're working, where instead of being like, we should work in the most beautiful place possible because that's going to create the most creativity, get the best outcome.
Yeah.
Let's invest money into that instead.
But I suppose you look at headquarters like Google, where everyone's got their own fucking bowling alley, and they've got all the shit there.
Yeah, they've got gimmicky shit.
Yeah, but that's what people. That's the.
Yeah, I guess so.
Where we're at,
maybe
gimmicky shit's what. Like the 30-second grabs, no one's going to sit and stare at a ceiling of a mausoleum or a chapel for 4 hours scribbling. Oh no, they should, but they won't.
They won't.
Yeah, and I think
people need to spend more time doing that.
Yeah,
yeah.
But how many people go and fucking stare up at the sky?
Yeah,
well, I can't see the sky for starters, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Also, go do that. If you haven't laid outside and looked at the stars for a while, go find somewhere you can lay down and look
somewhere
at the stars.
Off the road.
Yeah, don't lay on the road.
No.
That's a bad idea.
It is. So, I don't know. But you're right. There's been... Well, what was there? The last big Australian fucking... The Sydney Opera House.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking terrible.
Looks like
it's atrocious.
A couple of boat sails.
Yeah, it does look like a couple of boat sails. Have we built anything cool in Australia for ages?
Ever.
Arguably ever. The Story Bridge is pretty cool. Like, as far as bridges go.
And I suppose we're only 200-something years old.
Yeah. How old was
Well, it took them longer to build that Gothic chapel in Germany than we've been around.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. How the fuck do you get people committed?
Yeah, they had, like, generations of tradesmen that only ever worked on that building.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. That's another weird thing. Like, imagine trying to do that today.
You get the unions involved now. It takes them that long to build a fucking hospital.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, well, they might not be around for too much longer. My golly, they're in some trouble at the moment.
They are in a little bit of strife.
Far out.
Rascals,
little sneaky rascals. No.
Anyway, that's what happens when you let the fucking trash run around free for a while.
We haven't talked about cigars for a while on this.
No, we haven't. For a company that sells cigars, haven't really touched on cigars. There's sort of not much. They've just introduced a new task force in WA to combat illegal tobacco. Yeah,
how exciting for them!
$5 or $6 million to form this new unit to investigate illegal tobacco.
Oh, excellent! The federal government spent $360 million investigating illegal tobacco this year alone. I'd like to know what they've spent that.
Almost seems like it'd be cheaper just to fucking lower the tobacco tax and
start getting some taxes back.
Make it easier for legal.
Yeah, that the Dutch fella that left, he just landed in Doha. So in Saudi, Abu Dhabi, maybe it's Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
And one of those countries anyway. And he bought 10 packets of smokes for €32, which would be like roughly $50. So it's still not even that cheap over there. Like, I remember back in the day
you're
when
paying nearly $70 for a pack here at the moment.
Yeah, I think he was paying
that'd be $500 over here.
$52 a pack of 20 here. 22, I think it is, whatever it is. Fuck, crazy.
It's an expensive way to kill yourself.
Yeah, it is a very expensive way to kill yourself. But the
the price of 9 mils, not much better. But it's a one-time purchase.
Yeah, that is a one-time purchase. You don't have to worry about it too much after that. That's pretty cheap, I guess.
No,
but
yeah, so I just saw that the other day. WA just leading the fucking battle, as they do.
They're going to have to stop eventually, aren't they?
If we built a giant, how deep would we have to trench to just remove certain states from our country?
Not that deep, I reckon. People don't try that hard anymore.
Like, if we just ran a trench down the Western Australian border.
Yep. And across the South Australian border.
South Australia's all right.
Are they?
Yeah, they're hanging in.
They're fighting
there's some okay. There's a few guys down there still hanging on.
They might be able to stay.
So we'll just go down WA and then we'll come across, and I reckon just go up and across Victoria. Well, actually, as of late, fucking New South Wales can go too.
New South Wales can go join their own country.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty good.
How would you get from WA? You'd have to separate. There'd be 3 different...
because you could go... Because if WA is fucked, who cares?
Yeah, that's what I mean, though. But you can't... They're not going to be one country, though.
No, WA's getting
pushed away. They're going.
They can go to South Africa.
They're going west. Yeah, they're gone.
And Victoria and Tasmania can go to the fucking.
Well, Tasmania's been fighting a good fight.
Yeah, that's true.
They deserve to come up.
Well, do we push Victoria down and tow Tasmania up a bit closer.
Well, we could just build another island. It would take like 4 dump trucks to do the equivalent. Same amount of land. Just in the sea. After we push Victoria and New South Wales away, we'll just get a dump truck and fill some of that, make another little map of Tasmania next to Queensland.
Yeah.
We'll build a bridge this time, though, so it's like a bit easier. Yeah. Because that's pretty hard. It's a wildly dangerous journey going from Victoria to Tasmania. Like, it's crazy, yeah. The seas, it's like some of the most dangerous seas in the world.
Yep.
Which is wild that they just send boats there every day, twice a day. Just
I can send it. We've got to do it after this. I'm going camping in New South Wales this weekend, so we might do it. Maybe Easter.
Easter?
Yeah.
We'll start digging?
Yep.
I reckon maybe...
Because it's all sand in WA. It'd be pretty easy
all rubbish,
digging.
Yeah. It'd be easy digging. You're only cutting through a desert.
Yeah.
They tried to put a big creek and river to fill that inland lake up. I just like Northern Territory too much, but
we want the Territorians to stay.
The inland lake basically fills most of WA and the Northern Territory up anyway, with a big ocean.
Yep.
And they tried to do that in the 80s.
Yep.
Tried to dam all the creeks and rivers, and I think we talked about
it. We did, yeah. I don't know. It just seems
like if you made it 20 metres wide.
Yeah, it needs to be wide enough they can't jump it.
Yeah, 20 metres, maybe 10 metres deep. Wouldn't be hard.
I don't know if there's many good swimmers in WA.
No, well, I think they're all pretty happy
being fucking weirdos,
being all weirdos in WA anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. They're so backwards with their policy and their...
I don't understand how more people aren't getting up in arms about, just genuine human rights.
Yeah, it's...
New South Wales still, to this day... So they stopped it after the Bondi attack, the right to protest, because they were afraid that Australians were going to...
They were worried about another Cronulla riot.
Yeah, they were worried that we were going to retaliate too hard. So they just removed our right to protest in New South Wales.
Which is a direct breach of
the UN. And it's actually written in the UN.
Something called peaceful protest.
Yeah, you're
allowed. Right to free speech.
You have a right to free speech and a right for peaceful protest.
Yep.
And then they said they were going to give it back, and they still haven't. No. They still have refused to give back the right for unless you're part of one of the other... codes of conduct.
Yeah.
But if you're a white Australian, you've got no right to protest now in New South Wales.
Yep.
And so, I don't understand how that's not more newsy.
Because who's running the news?
No, it's crazy.
And I'll preface to say that probably the next 15-20 minutes, if you don't know what's going on, you're probably going to, because Ben and I have been pretty wild about this whole situation that Australia's finding itself in at the minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is an absolute fucking gonk show.
Yeah, so let's preference this. I guess we don't even have to preference this.
No, we're not fucking propped up by anyone.
What used to happen in Australia, if you had 25,000 signatures on a petition, they had to bring it up. They had to talk about it, and they had to at least address the issue that 25,000 people would sign a petition and then talk about it, and then they would have to come back with a legal response note as to what they're doing about it or the reason why they're not doing anything about it. Yesterday, 2 million people sent MPs across Australia an email saying, do not pass this hate speech bill.
Until it's been
looked into. We want proper gun... not the SSAA. I guess they're trying at the moment, but they've done enough fucking damage.
Yeah,
we need the shooters union and all of those guys.
And all the industry there's people in the shooting industry who have a fucking good understanding of it.
Yeah, and we need to have them review it. We need to have people that aren't your best mate looking into it.
Yep, and
that's 2 million emails completely ignored.
And even
ignored.
And even if you scale that 25,000 to match population growth, 2 million still far exceeds.
Oh, it's not even close.
The scale
that's
number.
A huge percentage of it. We have roughly 26 6, 7, depending on the new numbers. They've been bringing people in.
People have been bringing in.
Yeah, they've been bringing people in faster than we can count them. But like if you said roughly 27 million, you wouldn't be far off. If anywhere between that. So for 2 million people to send their MPs an email saying woo up on this, and then none of them listened. 7 people.
7
MPs voted against it. That was it.
116 yes.
That is an unbelievable travesty. And for those that is a system that is fucking broken.
And for those that haven't understood or haven't looked into or have an understanding of, and I don't have a word for word knowledge of the bill.
Yeah.
But essentially, if you've seen what's happening in the UK, if you are to say a comment, if you are to post something on Facebook, if you are to make a comment against a group that could be interpreted as causing fear, the government will now have the power to lock you up for anywhere from 12 months to 15 years.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't really make you go, fuck me, what is happening here? I don't know what will. You're looking up the exact wording.
No, I'm looking up how many political prisoners Russia has versus the UK this year, because I want to get this number right because it is fucking out of control.
So if you've seen any videos in the UK in the last 12 months since they passed similar laws, the coppers are rocking up on people's doors and saying, hey, you put a British flag in a Facebook group saying that you don't support immigration and you support Britain, gather your belongings, you're coming to prison. And people are being locked up for 12 months for something like that, which, it's just ridiculous. At the same time, what's the current rape and sexual assault rate in the UK? It's gone up 400% in the last 2 years, right, and nothing's being done about it.
Screenshot it because this is not being very helpful at all.
That's all right. They can wait for us.
Yeah. So
this is our time.
The rough number was, don't quote me on this because I didn't screenshot what it was, but roughly Russia had about 900 political...
call it 1,000.
Call it 1,000 political prisoners for last year. The UK was sitting at around 13,000 political prisoners.
Yeah. So that's over 1,000 people a month have been locked up for stating their opinion.
Yeah.
Essentially, because it's been deemed by a prosecutor or whoever that they've been inciting hate and fear and causing fear in the community.
And these are people that have just written slants or funny jokes about...
And it's not... And people that have said...
These aren't... we're not talking... They're not targeting Nazis saying that a specific religious sect needs to cease to exist. This is just people saying...
This is people saying, my grandfather died on the beaches.
Yeah, to protect the freedoms that we have, and now this is where we are, and those people are getting locked up. Yeah.
And that's exactly what's... I don't know. I'm still holding on to the faint hope that it won't...
That at least the upper house and the Senate will...
slow it down.
Stop it.
But even the fact that they've recalled Parliament, which I think Pauline Hanson said... that was going to cost the taxpayers $9.6 million to pay all the politicians to come in early to fucking look at this thing for 2 days.
Yeah.
I agree. I listened to a guy the other day, and like he was saying, this bill's been drawn up for 12 months, 2 years at least, and they've just been waiting for something as terrible as Bondi
to capitalise on
to roll it out, because there's no way you could write that amount of...
No.
It's a massive document.
It's a huge document. But the travesty is that I don't know what you do about this now. Because I don't think in recent history or any history have 2 million people written to MPs, whether by letter or email, it doesn't matter. 2 million people saying, stop this, we are not happy with this.
Yep.
And that is a confirmed digital number. There was 2 million.
8%
of the population.
Of the entire population have said, we don't support this.
We don't support this. And so I don't know if in history that has ever happened. Whether it's... 440,000 signatures. It went up since I looked at it. Apparently it reached over 500,000.
Yeah.
To look into impeaching the current Prime Minister.
Yep.
That's 400, like I know for a fact it was over 440,000 people. Not a mention of it.
No.
So like, if they're not following the due course, like what's the process? I don't understand.
And the problem is now, like if you fast forward a month, I think February 22nd is when it goes into the upper house.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
They go back and listen to this.
Yep.
And go, oh, didn't really like what they were saying.
Yep.
Bang.
Yeah, it's deleted. Gone.
Deleted. Yep. You're going 3 hot meals and see you in a couple of months.
Yeah. I don't understand how you can pass a law when you know that 8%, at least 8% of the population was verbally against it. That doesn't mean that's only 8% against it. That's 8% that was willing to write a letter.
Yeah, that's right.
And voice their opinion. So let's call it 8%.
And the fact that the fucking mole, what's her name? Susan Ley,
Susan Lee,
who's supposed to be the opposition, has cut a deal to get this happening. Like, you wonder why the independents are getting a leg up. Yeah. Because why would you vote for any of the major parties when they're in cahoots together?
Yeah, like has Labor and Liberal, like they rarely agree on anything.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like, so I don't know. I'm like, I'll be watching this intently.
Yeah, I'm pretty angry. A lot of people. I've talked to fucking 4 people today.
I haven't spoken to anyone who's like, oh, this is a good idea, but like, if you guys aren't following like Two Worlds Collide or like any of these podcasts that are like, they're much more elegant than us at stating stuff, and they do like a lot of research into it. We see our job as like a light introduction to interesting topics, and then go do your own research. Whereas these guys, this is their thing, and I would highly recommend you go and like check it out, because if you guys haven't been sending emails or like doing like anything you think you should be doing to help push the fact that, hey, like, we're not listening, and like, to our local members' credit, like, he is fighting a good fight.
Shout out Garth Hamilton.
Yeah,
we'll prop him up.
Yeah, we'll prop him up. Like, he is fighting a good fight, but he is like drowning in an ocean of fucking nothing but shit.
Yep.
Like, it is crazy. Yeah. So I don't know, man.
And it's not even like, I don't know. It just, you just look ahead 10 years and you go, fucking, there is not an Australian in the country that's going to be able to support themselves.
No.
Like, the cost of living's fucked.
Yep.
Housing is absolutely fucked.
Yeah, I was talking to a lady today. She works at one of the places that we have a lot to do with. And she's got a young family. She's a single mum, got a young family. She rents a 2-bedroom apartment and costs her $490 a week in Toowoomba.
It's ridiculous.
It's like, geez, like, this is out of control. Well, she works full time. She's got to pay for daycare.
Well, I think the average house price now is 16 times the average annual income.
Yeah, it used to be 3 or 4.
3 or 4. I think when Dad bought his house, it was like 2.
Yeah,
which is in the 80s.
But still, like, it's like,
it's just unachievable.
They're expecting, I don't know if we brought this up on the last podcast, in 2030 they're expecting the average home in Australia to be worth over $1 million, and anything with beach frontage in Queensland was $6 million. 6. Yeah, maybe it was 6. Yeah, $6 million by 2030. That's like, what's that? 4 years away.
And we bought our house 10 years ago. No, 12. What is it? 26. 14 years ago.
Yeah.
For less than $250,000.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Brick house, 3-bedroom.
Yeah, on a nice big block. Got a board, got all the stuff, like big shed in the back. It's
and it was not easy. Like, we didn't just walk into the bank and pay cash.
Yeah. It
was achievable.
It was achievable.
We could look at it and go, right, we'd save up this much for a deposit.
Yeah.
And we'll be sweet.
Yeah. So I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were going through the UN's greenhouse net zero policy.
Yeah.
Flat out. So, like, they were just reading it and saying what countries are doing and what countries aren't doing. And there is a set of rules. So every country that's part of the UN has signed this agreement. This is why we're aiming for net zero, right? Yep. Because we're part of the UN.
And this is why Trump pulled out of it.
This is why Trump pulled out of it. So every country that signed onto this is aiming to get to net zero. But there was some clauses in it that our country and a couple of other countries have just flat out refused to acknowledge, and it breaks the contract of the UN if you break these, because it breaks the human the human rights aspect of it.
The reason
the reason the UN was formed. The main clause is that if you enforce or create any policies that directly puts any of your citizens into poverty or decreases living standards, you cannot put that policy forward. That is in the UN contract. Not worded exactly like, because I'm not a lawyer, but that's 100%. That's the concept of it.
And what have they done?
They've done nothing but not so they can't hide behind that we're doing this for the UN. They can't hide behind that because they're not anymore. Something has hijacked this. Something has changed inside of this. Because if they were following the letter of the law of the UN, they would be doing this slowly and smartly, and they wouldn't be destroying Australian habitats by putting enormous wind farms and ruining...
Most of them have been turned off anyway.
They've found that all the wind turbines have got asbestos in them. Mm-hmm. They can't recycle them. No. They're all the native birds and shit that are getting killed by these wind turbines. All the farmland of the topsoil that's been washed away and eroded by all of the land. They're destroying what's beautiful about Australia by trying to stop green. They're doing the exact opposite. They've increased house prices. They've increased cost of living. They've destroyed the infrastructure. Well, South Australia literally destroyed their coal power plants.
Yeah, they blew them all up.
They just blew them up. It was we'll figure it out. They literally said in the rules of the net zero emissions thing that you weren't allowed to do that.
Yep. And the thing is, this is my very layman understanding, is that we're at a sub 2 birth rate at the moment.
Yes. Yep.
We're at 1.5,
1.4,
1.5.
I think it's fallen to 1.2.
Which, statistically, it's not even speculation.
No,
mathematically, this is what countries die when they're not at 2.2 or better.
Yeah, you have to at least replace the humans that are in your
already
country.
There.
So, for people that don't understand what that number means, it takes 2 people to create a human.
Yeah.
So you need to create two or more people. Yeah. So your birth rate has to be 2, at least 2. For a country to sustain itself, it has to be at 2.
Yep.
Ours is well below that.
Yeah, and the reason is we're bringing in too many people, which is smashing the housing market, which is smashing the cost of living, which means that people can't afford to have kids.
Yeah.
Who the fuck nowadays? Anyone now, today onward, if you say to them, hey, I know you're living on fucking $150 a week.
Yeah.
You now need to feed a child and take it to the hospital and take it to here and they're going, fuck that.
Yeah.
And it's just a snowball effect.
It's a snowball effect. And they're negative geared property. So
I saw a video the other day.
1% of Australians own 25% of the housing market. 1% of the Australian population. And then the rest of it is tied up in overseas developers that will hold on to the land until they deem fit or are told by the government that they can develop it with the urban footprint. The urban footprints aren't keeping up with it. And then plus we don't have enough builders. Even if they released all the land to be developed that we need today,
because they're not importing,
take 10 years.
This is where your unilateral passports and
that's right. This is the reciprocal passport thing.
Bring in 100,000 people a month. Bring in 100,000 builders.
Yeah, from the UK or from Spain or from Germany. Maybe from Germany. Maybe our roads would be able to hold up to the amount of fucking trucks on it.
It's a fucking sad.
They sold off the railways, so now we've got no rail. We can't commute on rail.
No.
There used to be a railway, so our place is quite a bit out of town, and then there's little towns that go all the way up. And there used to be a railway that ran through there twice a day, and that existed in the 70s.
Yeah.
I want to say that it was in the 70s, and then the land got taken over back in the 80s.
Yep.
Because I think I was talking to the guy who used to own our place.
Yeah.
And that all got ripped up. Why? The infrastructure already existed.
It was already there.
It existed. You know why it got ripped up?
Yeah.
The truckies unions fought that the trains were taking away jobs.
Yep.
So the truckies union won, And when the Truckies Union won to shut the railways down, they went out and sabotaged the railways and stopped them all from... So now it's too expensive now to build railways in Australia. They just physically... There's just... All the land's been eaten up.
Yep.
And so that infrastructure existed. Like, if you look at every developed country, trains and waterways are the main sources of transport. They have to be. They're super efficient at moving stuff.
Yeah.
But in Australia, the biggest country with the biggest distances between the smallest populations, we got no train.
Nothing.
It's crazy. We've been fighting for 10 years to get a train from Toowoomba to Brisbane.
Yeah.
And we're like no closer.
No.
But there's a coal train that travels through it. So there's one, and a grain truck. A grain train.
But only one company uses that line to run coal.
Yeah.
Everyone else has got to send theirs north.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's... And like, so that, like... They can't argue that they can't do it. The technology exists. It's already there. It's like, why don't we have one?
Yeah. Trains have been around for a minute. Every other country that had any kind of development plan was like, we need to put trains here because that's how we're going to get all the people around that we need to fill the country up. But for some reason, we just didn't. Like, it's just insane. Like, there's just some questions that some people need to start asking. Like, and this whole current schmozzle that we're in at the minute could have been prevented if our current government had the balls to stand up and say, we fucked up.
Yep.
We fucking dropped the ball on what happened in Bondi.
Yep.
It's on us.
Yeah, we kicked ASIO out of Parliament and we shut the counter-terrorist unit down 2 weeks before the Bondi shooting. Yeah, we shouldn't have done that.
It's on us. Yep. That's your fucking job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many times did Churchill make a fuck up in World War II? Or
like,
any of those guys?
Out of all the populations globally, Australians are the best at being like, hey, we fucked up, let's move on. Everyone goes, absolutely.
It's on me. Fucked up, sorry, we'll fix it.
That's how you win votes in Australia.
And 90% of the population would have gone, Yep. It sucks.
That's fucking bad news.
People got killed.
Yeah.
That's fucking horrible.
Yep.
But hey, let's fix it.
Maybe stand down and we'll put someone else in.
Or let's all fucking work to fix the problem. Instead, they've just gone, no, you're the fucking problem. Yep. All you people that have done nothing wrong.
Gaslighting the shit out of all the law-abiding citizens here. Yep. Every single one of us. Mm-hmm. It's not just the gun owners in this. They're targeting every single one of us. Every single person that's fighting for a living, for the decisions that they're making, they're targeting us.
Yep.
It's crazy.
And it probably even goes, I haven't looked into any of the social media ban because I don't give a fuck. Well, I didn't until recently. But you know what I mean? Like,
well, that's also the problem.
But it doesn't affect me. But
I know.
What gives you the right to infringe that? I know social media is a fucking gong show, but like it's your parents' job to keep...
Well, last episode we were talking about federal government overreach. Things that the federal government shouldn't be messing around with because it doesn't impact imports, exports, government revenue.
Yeah.
You're going, this has nothing to do with either of those things. Your job as the federal government is to make sure that the country is running at a profit.
Yep.
And that we're using our natural resources, that's a whole nother rant that we could go on. We're using our natural resources to prop up the benefit of the people who live here.
Yep.
And the law-abiding citizens that are doing their best to
paying their taxes
and doing all their gear. What, like... How do you, like, what?
Take a minute. Get your fucking head right. I don't give a fuck. I think, and just from me as a parent side of things, phones aren't, like, you can't stop kids having phones and using phones, and my kid's got a phone, but it's a fucking phone for school. And so school holidays come around, it went in the cupboard. You don't got fucking social media. You're not getting access to any of that shit. You want to go see your friends, fucking go
see your friends.
It's on the parent. If you can't make sure that your kids stay off social media, there's plenty of tools out there for a parent to fucking step in and sort the shit out themselves without the government just coming across and blanket banning the entire population of... In 2 years' time, will be of voting age. I don't fucking get it.
No. The only thing I can think of that they have reason to do this is they're disinformationing the next generation.
That's all it is.
That's all they're doing, is they want to remove any freedom of information that kids are now using YouTube and using X and using all of this stuff.
I mentioned this hate speech bill today here with two of my staff that are of voting age. And they were like, what are you talking about? They had no idea because it's not targeting
Yeah.
They're not ones to sit and scroll through X or listen to podcasts or... They're not interested in that. They're trying to fucking work their asses off here to save up for a fucking house that they'll never afford.
That they can't afford,
And so, like, they don't give a shit about what's happening outside of what they're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
So...
Because this is the first time in human history where young people have been able to educate themselves out of the schooling system.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not finding the answers you want in the schooling system, you've been able to go and ask social media. You've been able to go and do all this stuff.
Do your own research.
Do your own research. It's it should be the motto of this fucking podcast. And all they're doing by taking them off that, it's not to protect them. It's not to do any of that. So the tobacco laws aren't to protect people from smoking. It's so that they can introduce more
restrictions.
More restrictions. It's just a method of control. And back onto the tobacco laws, just briefly while we mention this, our mate from the Netherlands looked at the smokes with the warnings on them, and he's like, it doesn't tell you how much nicotine or tar is in the cigarette. Like, that's the bad bit.
Yeah, it doesn't give you any of that.
It doesn't give you any actual information on how to educate yourself onto not doing the bad thing. It just tells you to stop doing it.
Don't do it.
That's been the whole plot of this new government is... We're not going to educate you as to why we think that this is a better idea. We're just going to tell you...
This is what's happening.
This is what's happening. And they're not listening to anybody. They're just telling us stuff.
Yep.
And that is not what they're voted in for.
No, fuck no.
And so, I don't know. Like, yeah. I think we saw it. You saw it in America. You've seen it in...
You saw it here through COVID.
Yeah. But, like, the turn, the pendulum swinging. We talk about the pendulum swinging on this podcast a lot. And whether that's for, like... Anything. Like nature just has this corrective, overcorrective, recorrective nature swing to it, and I hope that this reaches some people that will start doing some research and looking into like how voting practices work or how the government's doing stuff or the actual reason they're doing stuff. But like, you have to, and I hope that's the reason the pendulum starts swinging back. And I hope that we get the opportunity and our kids get to see the opportunity of the freedoms of this pendulum swinging back. Yeah. But it's getting to a point now where there's a chance that they're not going to allow the pendulum to swing back.
That's what they're actively trying to do.
And that's the scary part of this next bill that they're trying to introduce. It's not about public safety. It's not about social cohesion. No. It's not about any of these things that they keep saying.
It's the opposite.
It's the exact opposite. It's about total control.
Yep.
And if they do that, the pendulum will never be allowed to swing back.
That's right.
And we're going to lose Australia. Australia will not be the Australia that we grew up in, or that our parents grew up in,
not even
or
close.
The things that these people... thousands and thousands, millions and millions of Allied troops and Allied soldiers and everyone fought for in World War II, they're going to take it away.
Yep. And yeah, it is exactly right. You're 100% right on every fucking part of that.
Yeah.
So, smoke cigars.
Dig in. Smoke cigars.
Fuck them.
Because cigars, there has never been a single medical research institution done on premium tobacco cigars with nothing but tobacco fillers and wrappers and vegetable gum to hold them together that have ever come back with anything negative. And these are people that were paid by the government and paid by medical people to prove that cigars were bad for you, and they've never come back with anything. There's been 5 studies done in total, and none of them came back. All 5 came back with, you can smoke more than 3 cigars a day
and you'll be fine.
And you'll be absolutely fine. Yep. And so smoke a cigar, sit with mates, enjoy your family, but now is the time to start educating you and your family on what's happening to our country, and start reflecting on the fact that the Anzacs and all these people died on beaches so that we could have a beautiful country to live in, and they're not listening to us anymore.
They're fucking it all up.
So go after them. Start posting stuff. Start emailing your MPs. Join the Shooters Union.
Yeah, exactly right.
And do these things that you can actually do that are within your power, and that law-abiding citizens in Australia have the right to do, because it does make a difference, and we're losing the fight.
And it's not just
Australia. It's not just us.
It's everyone. But that's the other thing. If we've got time, judging by my cigar, we've got about 10 minutes left. We'll talk for 2 fucking hours.
We got as much time.
These fucking gun laws that have just passed in New South Wales, it is going to forcefully close
Yep, hundreds of businesses.
Hundreds of mum and pop
yep.
gun shops around the state. That's not your big fucking online shopping gun shops in Sydney. That's your fucking rural supply shops in Western New South Wales, in Central New South Wales.
Yep.
It's
these are little shops that the communities rely on.
Yeah. And it's their fucking bread. You imagine, like we've talked about, you imagine if they come around tomorrow and said you can no longer fucking sell candles.
Yep, yeah, candles bad for the environment.
You're fucking done.
Candles. Yep.
You don't every dollar you've invested in manufacturing in Queensland, every cent that you've busted your ass to earn to fucking grow your business, can just be turned off.
Yep, turned off.
So, and that's why, like, we agreed from when we first kicked off all this shit and the cigars and everything. We said we're never going to fucking affiliate with sponsors or any of that shit or monetize anything, because it just gives them more power to take it away. If we're relying on this shit for income,
and we had a discussion, right, like before this podcast, that this is fair game, like we're just going to start talking about more of this stuff.
Yep.
You guys want to hear our thoughts on it. You guys want to be part of the conversation.
And we know you do, because when we sit at a pub and have cigar nights and have cigar dinners, this shit comes up all the time.
Yeah, it's not all just rosy, funny conversations. Sometimes there's going to be a hard-hitting conversation to be had, and that has to happen.
Yep. You're exactly right. It's,
And we appreciate you guys for listening to us. And we appreciate the fact that you guys are supporting us and commenting on this stuff. And I hope that you guys get behind this and take this seriously, because it was all like airy-fairy and sort of up in the air, and they were threatening and they were talking, and Labor was going to fight, like Labor was going to do this, but Liberals were going to fight it, and One Nation had enough seats and they were going to not push it through. Yeah. But Liberal overnight just backflipped entirely. Just cut a deal. Didn't listen to 2 million emails of their voting population and just cut a deal anyway.
Yep.
And so this is now real. They are going to bring this in.
And I sat up when they were discussing the firearms laws and doing the amendments on that. I sat up and watched that live, Danny. I was like, what the fuck are you? It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning. It was late. And they were still going at it. And every single point they brought up, we want to make an amendment to this and we want to change this. Every time that half the floor got up and said, we will not be voting on this. Is shit. We're not doing this. We stand against this. We uniformly disagree with this. Got to voting time. Every fucking one of them voted yes.
Yep.
Every single
one of them. Yeah, it's a show.
So it's like, why did we sit here? Why did I sit here watching this and thinking, there's a bit of hope here?
Yeah.
Is it a few years? And there's Canavan, Little Pratt. There's some fucking senators that are really digging their heels in. Yep. Even our premier. Like, fucking hats off to our premier.
Yeah, no, there are people
digging in.
There are people listening, and not like it's not a completely dead end fight yet.
They want to fucking be around next election. Because there's 116 people that should not be fucking voted in next election.
100%. Yep. And they've proved that they're not listening. Make them listen. Start sending some stuff. Start ringing them. They're public servants. They're available to talk to.
And don't make them listen by fucking throwing bottles and
don't do any of that.
Kicking up being dickheads.
Yeah, don't just do it through. We've done. Everybody that's been in this fight so far needs to be congratulated, because we have been. I was always taught when I was a young fella that it doesn't matter what situation you're in, if you can leave that situation with your head held high because you dealt with it to your best ability and you dealt with it with integrity, you should always leave that situation knowing that. And I think
regardless of the outcome.
And I think that all of the people that have been in this fight so far need to pat themselves on the back, because all of the peaceful protests that we've done and all of the emails and all of the letters and all that sort of stuff has been following the due process, and we've been doing it politely and respectfully.
And how many fucking decades of firearm owners been doing that? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
this is not a new fight for us. This is not
this is something we've been putting up with since before our time.
Yeah, but well before
Port
our
Arthur
time.
was well before us, but we've always come in and they say, there's a cooling off period. You cannot buy a firearm for 28 days. No worries. It's fine. We'll deal with that. But it just gets.
This is now spilling into free speech. This is now spilling into like some very, very basic Western human rights that we've been taking. It's starting to get weird.
It's getting very muddy.
It's getting muddy, and I think without turning this into like a gun advocacy podcast, because we're for free speech and we're for freedom of choice. But I think if you do the research and find out the leaders of countries who took the guns off the population, you'll start finding a pretty common fucking trend.
It's very simple research.
It's a pretty simple research to do, and the outcome is incredibly clear.
It's always poor.
It's always bad.
Yeah.
And the outcome for the people is always atrocious. And it always ends in starvation. It always ends with someone sitting on top of a hill that has no value.
Yeah.
And I think as Australians, we're very, very good at being chill and relax and saying she'll be right, but it's time to now start doing...
I don't know. Doing something.
Doing something.
Anything, whatever you can.
Whatever you can.
We're not beating a drum to call to arms or any of that.
No.
But just have a look around. Like, have a listen to what's... Go and look up the bill.
Yeah.
And have a bit of a read. Or find someone who's far more articulate and far more versed in it than we are.
There's a heap of them on social media. Like, once again, Two Worlds Collide is...
Yeah, Sam is fucking killing it.
There's a reason why he has so many views and so many followers, because he is articulate and well-spoken and well-researched. And if our very small, in comparison, listenership get a hold of this and go and look at that, and then... Like, that's all we can do. Like, we're at a point now where...
And like, I did hear a comment from Sam the other day, and he said the more of us talking about it and exercising our free speech, they can't fucking shut us all down. No. You know what I mean? When it was just the 3 or 4 big voices that were talking it up and making people aware of it, it was very easy for them to just shut 4 Instagram accounts and knock it on the head. But if there's... And we don't want to become those people.
No, we didn't start this podcast.
This was just today. We both walked in here with fucking shoulders down and heads down going, fuck this.
Yeah, we've got a vast listener base that spreads over many countries, and we need people to start looking at what's happening here, because it is wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong. Yeah. It's dead set wrong. There needs to be a wave to swing back the other way.
Yeah.
And people are doing the right stuff, but we need to keep it up, for sure.
Yeah. And and human memories are so small, but you wonder why so many people moved up here during COVID, was because look at what they did to the Victorians then. Yeah. And that state it's still fucked.
Yep, they're still fucked. They put curfews in. There was police beating people on the street for not being part of that curfew. Yeah. For not staying home.
And shame on Victorians at the time. And if you're from Victoria and you're listening, fucking great, but shame on your population for not saying, fuck you, Dan Andrews.
That's it.
We will, and up here we had masks and we had restrictions and we had fucking, you can only buy 2 rolls of dunny paper a week, and we put through that, but we definitely didn't have the carry on here that
we started pushing back at the scanning in stuff.
Yeah,
there was a huge pushback on the scanning in.
Yep, scanning
and that's where they stopped,
and even to an extent the masks. I was removed from shopping centres regularly for not wearing a mask because I just anyway. Yeah, that was a whole nother thing, but it wasn't that long ago.
Don't let it happen again.
And it's happening now on a national level.
Yeah, they've shown what they're willing to do. Don't let them do it.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Just remember what happened. Do some research into some other people that have started doing these similar laws over time in different countries, and just have a look at what happens, because it's not positive for us.
No.
So don't let it happen. It's on us. It's on us.
Well, it is, because if it's not
on
us,
this generation. We talk about the last generation.
If it doesn't get resolved here, it doesn't get resolved.
No, it doesn't get resolved.
It's as simple as that.
We look back on the generation that handed their firearms in after Port Arthur and trusted them that we were going to get lifetime gun licenses, and they were going to give all the guns back, and they weren't going to take semi-autos off, and they were going to do all this stuff. They just wanted to do a count and give everyone just for the good of the nation, and we did that, and all they've done ever since was chip away at it. We've gotten less and less and less rights. Yep. And just remember what they're willing to do.
And shame on us for you and I as well. Like, we've gone along with it the whole way, because they've had you over a barrel with legislation.
Yeah, so there's a difference between what's the word for it? Like, when they ask you to read through the terms of conditions and whether you accept the terms and conditions or not, there's accepting terms of conditions, and then there's cohesion.
Yeah.
There's compliance and cohesion.
Yeah, that's right.
And so if they ask you, but then the answer is no option, that's cohesion.
Yeah.
They're coercing you.
Yeah.
To do something. They're not asking you, they're coercing you. They're saying you can't use this unless you agree to all of our terms and conditions. And they're just doing that again.
Yeah.
That's not, we don't have freedom of choice here. This is coercion. No. And that's a slippery slope.
Very slippery.
Anyway, I wanted to end this one on a more positive note, but
Just remember,
do some research into this.
And while you're doing your research, head to the Garrison supply code, buy some cigars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stick it to them.
Let's go.
We've got plenty of stock.
Yep.
Ship daily.
Yep. Enjoy some time with your family. All this stuff. Once again, all of this stuff is of the external. This is you still need to manage your life, and you still need to enjoy this journey. And
don't let it consume you. Don't let it consume you. Be aware of what's happening.
Be aware, because every generation goes through hardships, and every generation has to go through trials. And 2 generations ago, a lot of the people that fought some wars that didn't want to go, they still went and did it. They did a good job, and they showed up. And we need the same attitude today. We're not fighting a physical war this time, though.
No.
This isn't, not yet. We're not. No, there's no global conflict yet.
No.
This is a national pride war that we're fighting now. This is something that we all need to. It's uncomfortable, and we don't really, as Australians, it's not something that we naturally, instinctively do. Mm-hmm. But it is something that we need to start paying attention to.
Yeah. And
we appreciate you guys.
100%. Yeah. No, I think we'll end on that. There's plenty of comparisons in history of small people standing up for national pride.
Yep.
I'm reading a book on the Vietnam War at the moment from an Australian perspective, and those motherfuckers spent centuries under invasion.
Yep.
Every fucking 10 years the Chinese would come, the French would come, and they just said, we will hold this out, and they did.
And they did. Yep.
The US dropped more bombs on the Ho Chi Minh Trail than they dropped in all of World War II, and they never cut that line.
It's crazy,
ever.
Isn't it? That's wild.
They bombed that fucking place for 12 hours straight.
Yep.
And the next day, the Viet Cong were bringing trucks down that line.
Yeah, man.
Because all those fuckers were like, you will not beat us. We will come out of the jungle, we'll patch the fucking road, and we will keep coming.
Yeah.
And it nearly bled the Americans. It nearly fucking bled the US dry, a country the size of Vietnam. So,
hey, that's how America started.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly right. If you want to go right back,
if you want to go really far back, they were part of the Commonwealth as well. They were part of England. They were a settlement of English.
And they said, "Fuck you."
And they were like, "No." So Anyway, do some research. Have a bit of a look into the fightings of different countries and what the actual outcomes really were.
And that's the thing, none of this is speculative what's going to happen, because it's happened before. It's been proven and it's done. And yeah, we're going to have a fucking mustacheless Ben here in a minute if we keep yapping.
We are.
Thanks, everyone. Sorry for the fucking doom and gloom, but it needs to happen. And
it needs to be said.
This needed to be not as lively and funny, but we've agreed from day one that we're not going to fucking censor or change.
If something needs to be talked about, we're going to talk about it.
Even if it's just for you and my mental health.
Yep, that's right.
Fucking, Anyway, thanks for coming along, guys.
Thanks for coming. We'll be doing this again next week.
We'll be back.
Thank you.
I'll find some dad jokes for you. We'll lighten it up again.
All right. Thank you so much.
Take it easy, guys.
See ya.